Good morning, students. Today our topic is preparation of amines. So yesterday we discussed about the so many types of amines and classifications, and also some of the preparation we done. So now we discuss about the preparations of amines from well-known famous Raymond reactions. So let's start the class. So about the yesterday we completed Hofmann degradation reaction. So we know the very well what is called degradation. If you take the more carbons, we can reduce the carbon size. The carbon chain decreases. So that's called as a degradation. So Hofmann degradation, when we are using amide to prepare the amines. So in presence of bromine and basic medium. So this is also one of the example we are taken from acetamide to prepare the amines. Acetamide to prepare the amines to react with bromine and base. So this is the our reaction to Hofmann degradation. So next we discussed about the Curtius rearrangement. Curtius rearrangement. So this is, we start with the Curtius rearrangement reaction. Curtius rearrangement reaction. So what is Curtius rearrangement reaction? Curtius rearrangement reaction. So here we are using acyl azides as a reactant. Acyl azide as a reactant. So to conduct the pyrolysis to produce the acyl nitrene intermediate. After that we are getting acyl nitrate intermediate. This intermediate to rearrangement to produce the N-alkyl isocyanate. N-alkyl isocyanate to further we conducting the hydrolysis process to produce the amines, primary amines. So we start with the acyl azides. So in this reaction we start with acyl azides. So this is the acyl azide N3. So in this acyl azide we are conducting pyrolysis reaction. We are getting the acyl nitrene is the product. This is the acyl nitrene. So we lose the nitrogen gas into acyl azide to form the acyl nitrate. So this acyl nitrene after tautomerism involving we can produce the N-alkyl isocyanate. So this is after we are conducting hydrolysis process. You know very well the bonding nature between the nitrogen and carbon, the carbon having negative charge, carbon having positive charge. Because of their electronegativity differences, the carbon having 2.5 electronegativity, the nitrogen having 3.5 electronegativity. So this why, so we break these bonds to produce the H plus to bond here and OH minus bond here. Finally we are getting this product amines plus carbonates. So this is the product from the we are preparing from acyl azide to the following reaction. So this is the very well known famous reaction named reaction Curtius rearrangement. So in case of Hofmann degradation we are using amide. So here we are using acyl azide is the reactant. The remaining intermediates are same in case of Hofmann degradation and Curtius rearrangements. In both cases we are getting the same intermediate, but the process we take the reactants are different. When compared to Hofmann degradation we take the amides, the products. Amides are we are taking as amides here. So in case of Curtius rearrangement we are taking the reactant as a acyl azide. So let's discuss about the some of the simple example with the Curtius rearrangement. We start with the acetyl azide. So this is the acetyl azide to react with acetyl azide involving in pyrolysis reaction. What is happening? We lose the nitrogen gas to produce the acetyl nitrene. So this is the acetyl nitrene. After this acetyl nitrene rearrangement to produce the N-alkyl N-methyl cyanide, isocyanate, N-methyl isocyanate. This is the, after that we conducting hydrolysis. So to produce this product, methylamine plus carboxylic acid. So this is the Curtius rearrangement. We take a simple example of Curtius rearrangement. We start with acetyl azide to conduct the pyrolysis reaction to lose the nitrogen gas to produce the acetyl nitrate. After acetyl nitrate rearrangement to produce the N-methyl isocyanate. To after we are conducting hydrolysis process, we are getting the methylamine is the products. So this way we are preparing from the Curtius rearrangement. Let's we discuss a simple rearrangement reaction that we call as a Schmidt rearrangement reaction. So this rearrangements, all rearrangement reactions are following this pathway, but we take the reactants are different. The Schmidt rearrangement, we start with carboxylic acid is the reactant. So that we carboxylic acid to react with hydrogen azide in presence of acidic medium to produce the acyl azide. Acyl azide is the product. So after we are getting acyl azide, so it is follow the same reaction pathway of the like Curtius rearrangement reaction. So this way we can produce from amines to carboxylic acid to amines. So let's we start with the Schmidt rearrangement with the carboxylic acid. This is we are taking a simple carboxylic acid to react with hydrogen azide to produce the acyl azide is the products. After that the acyl azide, we know the rearrangement. After that this reaction follow the same thing, the Curtius rearrangement, pyrolysis, we conducting the pyrolysis. So we are getting the acyl nitrene is the product. Acyl nitrene is the product. Acyl nitrene is the product. This acyl nitrene further rearrangement, we are getting the N-alkyl isocyanate. So this N-alkyl isocyanate, so involving in the hydrolysis process to produce the amine is the product. So this is the Schmidt reaction. So when you compare Hofmann degradation and this one Curtius rearrangement and Schmidt rearrangement, so these three rearrangement follow the same pathway, but we are taking the reactants are different. In case of Hofmann degradation, we are using the amide is the reactant. In Curtius rearrangement, we are using the acyl azide is the reactant. In this case, the Schmidt rearrangement, so we are using the carboxylic acid is the reactants. Now we start with the simple example to prepare the methylamine from acetic acid. So let's see the what is happening from acetic acid is converting into the methylamine. So this is the Schmidt rearrangement about. Let's start with a simple example of. Start with a simple example. We take a acetic acid is a example. Acetic acid involving in the first step to react with hydrogens azide in presence of acidic medium to produce the acetyl azide. So this is the acetyl azide. After acetyl azide, so this is the acetyl azide rearrangement to in presence of pyrolysis to produce the acyl nitrene. This acyl nitrene rearrangement to produce the N-methyl isocyanate. N-methyl isocyanate. This N-methyl isocyanate, after involving in hydrolysis process, we know the bonding nature between the nitrogen and carbon. The carbon having positive charge, the nitrogen having negative charge. So this both case. So that's why. So we can produce the methylamine is the product. This way we are preparing from Schmidt reagent to carboxylic acid to prepare the amines is the products for this pathway. This is very simple reaction. The carboxylic acid reaction with hydrogen azide to prepare the acetyl azide. After that we conducting the pyrolysis reaction to produce the acyl nitrine. This acyl nitrine after rearrangement to produce this N-methyl isocyanate. So this is we conducting hydrolysis process. Finally we are getting methylamine is the product. So this is a very simple reaction of Schmidt reagent. Let's we discuss about the reductions of the reduction reactions. Reduction with alkyl nitrates. Okay, we start with the reduction reactions of nitroalkanes to produce the amines from nitroalkanes. The simple metal acidic reduction reactions. These are all metal plus acidic reduction reactions. So in this case we are using the tin metal plus in presence of acidic medium, so like HCl. So the alkyl nitrate, so this is the alkyl nitrate. We are using tin in presence of acidic medium to produce the amines. Amines is the product. Now let's say discuss a simple example. We take a methyl nitromethane to react with same reagents like to produce the methylamine is the product. Methylamine is the product. So let's we discuss another reduction reactions of reduction reaction. So we take a reagents like lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride to use the amides to converting into the amines. Let's we begin with the reduction reaction in presence of lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride. With the reactant we take amides to converting into the amines. So we take a simple example. Lithium aluminum hydride. So this is one of the reduction reagent, or sodium borohydride. These both are reduction reagents to use to prepare the amides to converting into the amines. So this is the amide we are using in presence of lithium aluminum hydride to produce the amine. Amines is the product. The amide is converting in the involving in the reduction process to produce the amines is the products. So let's we take a simple example. We take with acetamide to react with lithium aluminum hydride to produce the ethyl amine is the product. So this acetamide involving in the Hofmann degradation reaction in presence of bromine and NaOH to produce the methylamine is the product. So that is the major difference between the this acetamide involving in the reduction reaction, so or Hofmann degradation reaction. If the reduction reaction, this acetamide involving the same number of amine we are getting, that means 2 carbons of the amine we are getting, but in the case of Hofmann degradation we are using 2 carbons but we are getting only 1 carbon. So that is the difference between the Hofmann degradation reaction, this reduction reaction. Let's we discuss some of the preparations of this is the primary amines to prepare from reduction reaction. Let's we discuss the secondary amines to prepare from this reagents. We start with this is the simple amide NHR. So here alkyl substitution on the N position, alkyl substitution on the N position in presence of lithium aluminum hydrate, lithium aluminum hydrate to produce this product. Secondary amines is the product. Now we discuss about some of the example to discuss this reaction. So this is the N-methyl acetamide reaction. N-methyl acetamide. This is the compound N-methyl acetamide involving in this reduction process lithium aluminum hydrate or sodium borohydrate. In presence of lithium aluminum hydrate and sodium borohydrate to react with N-methyl acetamide to produce this is the product we are getting, N-methyl or methyl ethyl amine. Methyl ethyl amine, this is the secondary amine to prepare from lithium aluminum hydrate and sodium borohydrate. So here we take we substitution more methyl groups on N position, we can produce the tertiary amines also. Let's discuss the preparation of tertiary amines from this lithium aluminum hydrate and sodium borohydrate reagents. Now we start with this is the simple example. Methyl, the two methyl groups substitution on the nitrogen, so that we called N dimethyl acetamide, dimethyl acetamide to react in the presence of lithium aluminum hydrate or sodium borohydrate to produce the dimethyl ethyl amine. So this is the tertiary amine from preparation of lithium aluminum and sodium borohydrate. Let's discuss reduction reactions of cyanates and isocyanates. We start with the reduction reaction with the cyanates and isocyanates. So we start with the cyanates. Cyanate, this is the cyanate involving in the reduction reaction in presence of sodium metal plus ethanol to produce the primary amines is the product. So this is the primary amine we are getting from cyanates, primary amine. So this is the reagent we are using, ethanol in presence of metals like sodium, calcium and potassium we are using. So we take a simple example, methyl cyanide. So this is the methyl cyanide to react with ethanol in presence of sodium metal to produce the ethyl amine is the product. Ethyl amine is the product. So this is the one of the example of primary amine. So let's discuss about the secondary amines preparation from isocyanates. So this is the cyanide. So what is the difference between the cyanates and then isocyanates? The bonding nature of the cyanide and isocyanate. The cyanide is the hydrocarbon chain directly attached with the carbon group, carbon atom. Here the isocyanate, the nitrogen atom directly attached to the hydrocarbon chain. So that is the major difference between the cyanates and isocyanates. What is happening when isocyanates involving in this reaction? So we are getting the secondary amines is the products. Let's discuss about this simple rearrangement reaction. So secondary amines. First we start with isocyanate in presence of sodium plus ethanol. This is also one of the famous named reaction, Mendes rearrangement reaction. So here we can produce the Secondary amines is the product. Secondary amines. Now we start with a simple example. With simple example, methyl isocyanate. So we take methyl isocyanate involving in this reaction. Involving in this reaction to produce the dimethylamine. Dimethylamine is the product. So this is the one of the example of secondary amine. Secondary amine. So these reactions we also conducting in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride or hydrogen in the presence of catalyst. Like this is also same thing. For example, this reaction methyl cyanide or alkyl cyanide involving in lithium aluminum hydride in presence of reduction process or hydrogenation in presence of catalyst like palladium, ranitidine. So this catalyst we are using hydrogenation to produce the cyanide to primary amines. So the cyanide involving in the reduction process to produce the primary amines is the products. If an isocyanates involving in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride or hydrogen catalyst like palladium, ranitidine, so we can produce the secondary amines is the products. So this way we are preparing from cyanide to isocyanate. So if the cyanates are involving in the reduction process to produce the primary amines is the product. If the isocyanates involving in this reaction to produce the secondary amines is the product. Let's discuss some of the important reactions to preparation of amines. We start with reductions of oxides. And oxides, we have two types of oxides. Reductions of oxides. So we have two types of oxides. You know very well how can you produce from oxides the aldehyde, the ketone to react with. So this is the aldehyde and ketone. So this one ketone to react with hydroxylamine. To produce the aldoxime. So this is the aldoxime after loss of water molecule from carbonyl and the hydrogen to lose the water molecule to produce the. So this one aldoxime. So this one aldoxime. The second one ketoxime. So this one ketoxime. So this aldoxime, ketoxime further involving in the reduction reaction to produce the primary amines and secondary amines. Now we start with the simple examples. We take the aldoxime and ketoxime to involving in the reduction process to produce the amines is the product. Okay. Let's we start with the simple examples. We take aldoxime first of all involving in the reduction process. Aldoxime, this is the aldoxime, we know the very well. So this is aldoxime involving in the reduction reaction in presence of sodium ethanol to produce the primary amines is the product. For some of the example we take, for example, acetoxime. So this is the acetoxime involving in this reaction. We are getting the ethylamine is the product. Methylamine is the product. Let's we discuss with the ketoxime to prepare the amines. Okay. So let's we start with the ketoxime involving in the reduction process reaction. So this is the ketoxime involving in the reduction reaction in presence of sodium ethanol reagent to produce the primary amines is the products. So this we also called as a secondary alkyl primary amine. We start at a simple example. Acetoxime involving in this reaction. Presence of sodium ethanol to produce the isopropyl amine is the products. So this is the example of secondary alkyl primary amine. If you use aldoxime involving in the reduction reaction to produce the primary alkyl primary amine, if the ketoxime involving in this reaction to produce the secondary alkyl primary amine. So let's be discussed about the physical properties of the amines. In general, amines physical properties. So we have three types of amines: primary and secondary, tertiary. This is the primary, secondary R2NH, and tertiary R3N. These three type of amines, when compared to these three type of amines, their boiling points. So the primary amines boiling points are more when compared to secondary and tertiary. The boiling points, melting points of primary amines are more because of the primary amines involving in the hydrogen bond. So that we call this is the primary amine. We have the hydrogen attached with the highly electronegative atom, that we call nitrogen. So this nitrogen, so another mole of amines, primary amines to involving in the hydrogen bonding. So that's why their melting points and boiling points when compared to primary, secondary, tertiary amines, more boiling points and melting points. So this is the melting point, boiling point order: primary greater than secondary and tertiary. Primary is greater than to the secondary and tertiary. This is the order of melting point and boiling points of the amines. So when you compare to amines, alkanes and alcohols, the equal molar mass of amines. So this is the alkane. We take alkane, one of the example, ethane. The molar mass of ethane 30, and methanol, the molar mass of methanol 32. Methylamine, the molar mass of methylamine 31. So these three compounds are the same molar mass, equal molar mass when compared to their boiling points. So the ethane boiling point -89 degrees and methanol 64.5 degrees, and this one methylamine -6 degrees. So this is the order when compared to these three compounds. Like the alcohols boiling point more when compared to amines, then alkanes. So this is the order, first with alcohols having more boiling points, melting point because of their hydrogen bonding nature. So the second one amines, the last one alkanes. So this is the order of boiling point and melting points of the amines. Let's be discussed about the some of the chemical properties of the amines. So what is the nature of amine? First we discussed about the nature of amines. So the nature of amine group act as a base. So what type of base amine? So this is the amine. We know very well ammonia. This is the ammonia. The ammonia act as a Lewis base. What is called Lewis base? The pair of electron donating to the metal, so that we call as a Lewis base. So generally we have three types of acid base theories: Arrhenius, Bronsted-Lowry and Lewis. According to Lewis theory, so the compound will donate the pair of electron that we call as a base, always base, that means base. So if the pair of electron accepted, that is called as a acid. So here the ammonia act as a base. So here also the amines also base. So what is happening when the alkyl group attached to the ammonia? So the ammonia enhances basicity or decreases their basicity. So let's be discuss about the amines basicity with compare with ammonia. So here for example, if you take methylamine, so this is the methylamine. So here the nitrogen having pair of electrons to donate the acid. So here the methyl group, so this is the methyl group act as a plus IE group. What is called plus IE group? So positive inductive effective group. So it is donating to the electrons towards the nitrogen. It is enhance the electron charge on the nitrogen. That's why the nitrogen easily donating to the electrons. That's why the plus IE groups enhance to the electron charge on the nitrogen. So generally we have two statements to understanding the basicity of amines. The first one for inductive effect, that is electron charge on ammonia. The second one steric effect, steric interference, repulsion, steric repulsions. Let's discuss with the simple example. We take the to understanding the amines basicity. So we have take simple example, methylamine. This is the primary amine. This is the secondary amine, what we call dimethylamine. So the two factors are affecting to the basicity of the amine. The first one, electrons availability, that is called electron enhancement. The second one, steric repulsions. So let's see observation these two factors to understanding the basicity of the amines. First we discussed about the electrons enhanced to the nitrogen. Here the electron availability, pair of electrons availability, here we have only one plus IE groups. That's why the charge, the pair of electrons increasing on the nitrogen because of the methyl act as a plus I group. Here we have two groups. Here only one group. We have two groups. Here three groups. What is happening when the compare to methylamine and dimethylamine and trimethylamine? The dimethylamine is more basicity than trimethylamine. So in general, so here we have three plus I groups. So this is the more basic nature having as per inductive effect. But here we have the more repulsions on the nitrogen because of their methyl groups are bulky groups than the hydrogen. So that's why this is the steric repulsions are more. So that's why the basicity of the order, the basicity is decreases towards the secondary amines. So this is the basicity order. secondary and tertiary. So this is the primary. So this is the order of basicity of primary, secondary, tertiary amines. So let's discuss some of the simple chemical reactions of the amines. Now we start with the reaction with acids. Like what is the acid? Hydrochloric acid. We are using the hydrochloric acid. This is the amine, primary amine, to react with hydrochloric acid HCl to produce the ammonium salts like NH3 plus Cl minus. So this is the salts we are preparing from amines. Let's discuss the alkylation reaction. The alkylation reaction, we already discussed about the alkylation reaction. Today our topic, tomorrow we will discuss with chemical properties of the amines. Okay, thank you. Do watch my channel, do subscribe my channel, share my channel. Okay.